all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Beyond. What's up, everyday America? I am Greg Miller. This is PlayStation Podcast Beyond 104, they call it.
104.
And I am in a very enviable situation. Chris Roper gone. I'm hosting the show here
Where you at, Chris?
verbally. He's at home trying to figure out how to scam the lottery.
Oh, okay.
It's tough.
Word.
But I get to do the first ever introductions of editor Ryan Clements.
Oh, yeah. I
That's
forgot.
right. No more ass editor for him,
That's
ladies and
right.
gentlemen.
I'm done.
Full-fledged. And also editor Colin Moriarty.
High five.
There we go.
Boom.
Colin, of course, from the
Done
Guides
and
team, the unofficial member of the PlayStation team.
He really is, too.
How you guys doing?
He's definitely one of the biggest PlayStation enthusiasts outside of the PlayStation team.
Yes.
Probably
Thank
even
you.
more than Jeff Haynes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, literally, I have games. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff. Yeah. No, Jeff is still an honorary member, too. He was one of the founding fathers of Beyond.
Yeah,
so,
you can't wash away that kind of legacy.
Nope.
No, sir.
All right, so good week so far, guys. It's been busy.
Excellent week.
It's been super busy, but I mean, it's been a good week. It's just been a busy week. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm glad to be back in the US of A.
Yes, that's right. You were in
Welcome
Germany,
back.
too. What'd you think of that
Thank
there,
you.
buddy?
Oh, it was great. Awesome show. Hyper busy, barely any sleep, but ultimately I always feel very, engaged, and I feel like satisfied that I did
What was
something.
the most impressive PlayStation game you saw for any platform of Sony's?
Let's see, the most impressive game. Well, I mean, Uncharted and Heavy Rain are probably up there with my games of the show.
I get progressively more and more excited for Heavy Rain.
Yeah, me too.
I
It's
really,
gonna be
really am
it's gonna be
looking
an
forward to
awesome
that.
game.
Yeah,
And
enjoyable.
let's see what else. Actually, iPet I think looks like a lot of look really cute.
Well,
a lot of fun little.
Good to know you left your balls in Germany,
Oh,
too.
dear.
I'm just kidding. That's
I did.
It does look interesting. It's no Invisimals. That's the thing.
Well, I didn't actually get a chance to play Invisibles. So.
Invisimals, they are 3D and they're in your hand.
Oh my
I know, right?
Did you get some hands-on with Final Fantasy?
13?
Yeah.
No, only eyes on. There was a demo. I got to once again talk with the producer and the director, which is very cool. And they showed, they finally showed Lightning Summon, which is Odin. So in Final Fantasy 13, each character only has one summon because it's such like an intrinsic part of their character, which is weird. But and she summons Odin, and then Odin for its Gestalt mode, which is like when they combine together, Odin becomes like a giant armored horse, and like she rides on top of him and has like a big sword, and it's kind of badass.
Cool.
But, yeah.
I hated 12, but you know what? I'm kind of excited for 13. So
I know a lot of people hated 12. It's definitely not. 13 is nothing like 12 in terms of its battle mechanics.
I'm gonna keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think you love the sprites so much you just can't let go.
Yeah.
Is that your problem?
That's true. I hated 10 too. So 10 and 10 too.
I actually was thinking about it recently, and I kind of want to go back and play 10 because even though you hated it, 10 is a very good game.
Yeah,
it's just not. It's just not like the other Final Fantasies, and so that's
Well, the thing was with me was that 7 was okay. I give you a hard time all the time, but it was okay. I didn't like 8 at all. I thought 9 was a step back in the right direction, and that's why I think 10 was so disappointing to me.
Because it went back. The other
it
way
was just
then.
it was just whatever.
I understand.
Also in Germany, you saw a little game called Gran Turismo. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah.
I did.
Just kidding. Roper's not here. We don't have to talk about Gran Turismo. This episode. Pwn! Racing fans, read the site, man. He wrote it for a reason.
Oh,
Jeez.
man.
Let's get straight into it with the Roper Report. Time for news.
I didn't know who was going to do it.
Well, there's no designated person anymore. All right.
Man.
So, yeah, even though Chris Roper's gone, the Roper Report lives on. The biggest news of all. You could go into a store right now and get a PS3 Slim.
It's a true story.
You could get it.
I'd like to hear your story. Colin Moriarty, proud owner of a PS3
Yeah,
Slim.
I
heard he didn't even mean to buy it.
No.
Colin.
All right. So on.
Colin, show them the ports.
Oh, I will show them the ports. We'll talk all about the ports.
All right.
I went into the store. I guess it was Tuesday, and I went actually
What
to,
store?
To GameStop.
Paint me a picture. Okay.
GameStop at Westlake.
Okay.
in Daly City.
Okay.
And I went in and I actually went to get the Professor Layton 2 DS cartridge, and I asked him if I could also put a reserve down for the PS3 Slim. So they ended up not having Layton 2, but actually the guy he's like, I can actually sell you a PS3 Slim right now, and just plopped it right on the.
And
right on
you
the
were like,
counter.
yoink,
Yeah,
and
I
then
was
ran
like,
out the store.
So I took out my debit card. $350 later,
Boom.
done.
So the
Not
tax
bad,
adds
not
up to
bad.
about $50.
No, it's
really?
it was like $29, I think. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, something
Man,
still completely
tax,
heinous.
man,
Tell me how.
intense.
Okay,
I
sorry.
thought our funny father thought about this.
Colin has a few choice words for our taxes in the United States.
I hate the income tax.
Also, before we jump any further in this story, it should be pointed out, you were worried about this affecting your credibility that you're just buying a PS3. This is your home unit.
Yeah,
You've been trekking back and forth. You're such a dedicated fan.
Okay.
You usually take the guide's PS3 with
Yeah,
you.
all right. So this is kind of what's funny. I drive a scooter, a 125cc scooter, and in my backpack I have my laptop with me all the time and the fat PS3, all bundled in there. It looks like I'm going camping or something like that. I've been doing that for about. We have a few of them on the team. It's a 20 gig old PS3s or whatever, and so I've been going back and forth for about a year and a half. With that.
That's dedication to getting trophies, getting myriad trophies.
I just got to get the trophies at home because it didn't have Wi-Fi and I don't have a wired connection at home. I had to get trophies, hope the PS3 didn't die, not that it would, and then bring it back and sync the trophies. That was always a very redeeming feeling for me.
I can see you getting in a car accident. You're like just trying to keep off your back. You're twirling through the air trying to figure out how to land on your stomach.
So
and face.
because to me, with the rumors of the price drop that have really been going on for about a year.
Yeah, they've been for a long time.
It just to me, I just felt like if I went and bought one, I would regret it because the next week.
Yeah,
they would have announced it.
That's what
and there it is.
And now I have one. It's awesome. Yeah.
From launch, you saved $300. Then you saved $200. Now you saved another $100.
Yeah. So it all worked out. I mean, no backwards compatibility, but otherwise, it's totally the same thing. It's really cool. Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
So go get one if you can. If you already have one, I guess you don't.
You don't need one.
You don't need one.
Don't need to get one.
All right, more Roper Report news. SmackDown vs. Raw is back. It's coming in October. It had been in giant silence. No one ever talked about it.
Didn't you just review one of those like a year ago?
No, it would seem like, a year ago, sure. But then usually I review it, and then 3 months later I start the countdown.
Yeah.
This year they went with a completely different structure on how to promote this game.
Wait, so
and not promote it.
I don't follow the wrestling game, so they really do one every year?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's just roster updates, kind of like Madden and stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the new arenas from pay-per-views and stuff. The new stories, new storylines. They have a whole bunch of cool crap in this one as far as, like, you can make your own storylines. I'm going to make some about the IGN offices. Have us all fight each other.
Cool.
Little Big Planet is getting water. We already talked about that. But you can get in the beta, possibly. Were you gone? Did you not know this?
Actually, I thought you were making a joke that I was drinking water as you were saying that.
No.
Okay,
No, they're actually getting water. Completely going to change everything.
Getting water. So
You can put water in your levels, like real water.
Oh, I see.
Sackboy will swim in it. He'll drown in it. You can have boats in it. This is PS3.
Oh.
This is an add-on pack coming to PS3.
Very cool.
But they need to test it, so they need beta testers. You can go to Media Molecule's website there, sign up, hopefully get into it. Who knows if you actually get it. Fat Princess might be getting new classes. They've been posting character art on there for stuff like ninja, pirate, a baker, all this, and a king now.
I have to see the baker.
Problem is that
Baker
it's just drawings. These aren't like actual character models. So I don't know. My prediction is they're gonna make you vote on which one you'd want added. It could be that they're all coming in one giant thing, but no word on if it's real, how we'll get it.
It'd be pretty far away if they're still in the concept art stage.
That's what I don't like about it. I don't want to know this early. I don't want to, because not to mention then you're probably gonna have to do new maps and everything else. I don't know. There's no room in the castles right now to put new hat machines. I don't know how that would work. In big trophy news for one, Greg Miller. Everyone will remember earlier, I don't even know, 2008 probably, I said I was going to platinum two games for sure this year, Infamous and Ghostbusters. Infamous was in the books, however, Ghostbusters was made me mad, is what I'm trying to say. We're all very tired, by the way. Yeah. That one of the trophies wouldn't unlock right, and I'd done everything wasn't getting it. Ghostbusters have been patched. This is first off also fixing graphics and some of the screen freezes people were having, but it's also fixing the payday and capture all most wanted ghost trophies. So I will be back on there as soon as I have moments to myself again.
So not retroactive. If you had already done it.
Well, see, I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping when I turn it on and play a game of multiplayer, and then I end the game of multiplayer, it's going to say, oh, and here, I read your stats. I don't know if it will be or not, but I would think it would be. I mean, it should read what I have. There might be a new Okami coming. 7-Eleven's database has Okami Call or whatever, something like that. But, yeah, there you go. Who knows?
Yeah, there we go.
Can we trust 7-Eleven? They sell games now. What do we know?
They sell Slurpees, too. Yeah, and hot dogs that are 4 million years old.
I know. Oh, man,
they look disgusting, right?
It's so gross.
And in the final piece of news, there have been layoffs at Raven Software.
Yeah, I saw them.
Both upsetting and expected. Upsetting because these are the guys who made X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged Edition, which was amazing.
Game.
Not amazing, but a great game. And then they also just made Wolfenstein, which has not been getting rave reviews, even though Colin Moriarty defends it when he gets.
Yeah, I think it's great.
What would you have scored it?
Probably like an 8.5. I think
wow.
Yeah,
you were really different from Ocampo gave it a 7.2, I want to say.
Somewhere in the 7.
See, like you have to kind of temper it because I've been playing online a lot.
And that doesn't work right.
It's awful. Like the online portion, it's just really, really framey and ridiculous. But I think the single player portion is actually really cool because it's got like it's pretty rare in a first-person shooter, as far as I know. Not that I'm a huge fan of the series or a fan of the genre. That it's totally open world. I mean, there's side quests and things to do and items to find in these towns or this large town, and you branch out to the different missions by going to trucks in the town that will bring you to these different maps and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, there was that other first-person shooter, Fallout 3, that did that.
Yeah, well, that's an RPG.
Really?
Yeah, you can play it in third person.
All right.
One other little tidbit of news.
Nail it.
First.
Drop it like it's hot. Here
like it's
comes
hot.
the dump truck.
Drop it like
Ryan's
it's
putting in the sand.
My favorite of your jokes are the ones where you try and do a one-liner that has no
Doesn't make any
context
sense.
whatsoever. I love it. The first Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars for PSP screenshots went up.
And they got a release date, too.
Just this morning, right?
Yeah, it's also coming the end of October. We got, release date on that.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm. I'd be looking for a preview very soon. Wink, wink. No, shush. Not very soon, but soon.
Yes.
I'd be looking for
Soon
a
enough.
In the near future.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the Roper Report.
All right.
It's done. Now, as everyone knows, Chris Roper's our boss. And
He's the boss.
I like him a lot. I'm the boss. I'm personally lost without him. So I don't even know what to do with my life anymore. I go home, I'm empty. Colin, if I wanted to play some games there to try to fill the Roper hole in my chest, what could I play? How would I know? Where can I turn?
Well, what you can do is you can go to the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors. God, you scared me.
Recharged, Colin. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. So there's one game per platform.
Oh, nice. You think they did that on purpose?
I hope so.
The gods of
They're fans of Monk
Of PlayStation.
and other OCD. On PlayStation 3 we have Arkham Asylum, of course. Batman Arkham Asylum, great game.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little while. On PlayStation 2, still supported. Mana Khemia 2, The Fall of Alchemy.
The Fall of
I believe that's a
Alchemy.
Ryan Clements game. I could
No,
be wrong.
that's actually a
Yeah,
Sam
Sam
Bishop
Bishop
game.
game.
Oh, Sam
And he's
Bishop
still
game.
working on it.
He's working hard. It's a detailed.
It's a
First-person
It's one
shooter.
of those 2-story games where you could play the game twice and
great.
have a totally different,
Yeah.
At least I don't have to
story
write the guide
experience.
for it. Where is Sam Bishop, by the way?
He has
He's
been
working on that
he has been
Locked in
Everybody
his
asks,
apartment.
Sam is still very much with us. He's
Yeah.
just in a work cave that he cannot leave.
Yes.
Fair enough. And on PSP, Dissidia comes out.
Dissidia Final Fantasy. One of my favorite PSP games of all time.
All time.
Yeah.
I was hating on that game too, but when I saw Ryan play it, it actually does look really cool.
I want to play it from reading his review.
Awesome. So good.
Too bad there's not trophy support on the PSP.
That's why we can't do it. Me and Colin and I can't dedicate time to
I
it.
don't
That's
got
the
that kind
problem.
of time.
All right, that's of course what's in stores right now. You can walk out and slap your money on a shelf or whatever.
Line the shelves with your money.
I haven't shopped in a store in a long time. Is that not how it works? I thought you take the product you want off the shelf and then put your money where the product used to sit. Is that not how it works? All right. Anyways, if I wanted to slap my money shelves into the PSN, Ryan, what can people expect today? Thursday.
Actually, unfortunately, both Chris Morrell and Jeff Rubenstein, who work on the PlayStation blog, are out.
What?
Yeah, so
I'm sorry. I thought you go to Zombie Blognac. Who are these people?
Zombie Blognac is a lie. Oh God, we're back. Oh my God, it is a lie.
What the hell
As
is that?
long-time listeners know, if you hit the table, it will stop recording.
We just lost about a minute.
Yeah, we are now rewinding time to rebroadcast what we just did.
Okay,
Jesus.
here's what we were talking about.
Zombie Blognac's
Zombie
a lie.
Blognac is a lie, only because we work with 2 people on the Sony blog who give us updates about the PlayStation Store.
Jeff Rubenstein.
Jeff Rubenstein and is it Rubenstein or Rubenstein?
No, it's Rubenstein. I just
okay.
I say
Jeff
funny stuff
Rubenstein,
sometimes.
who is still taking care of his newborn child, which I think is great.
They usually need that for the first 18 years.
Just a little bit. And and also Chris Morrell, who is also on the PlayStation blog. They were both not available to give us the updates.
But we do know that Invincible Tiger is coming to the store today.
Yes.
There's also probably going to be themes.
Yes.
And,
Probably themes. And the themes will probably be terrible and some of the
chicks,
worst.
anime chick snipers in
lingerie
Old West.
girls. Gothic cheerleaders.
Yeah.
It's always terrible.
Oh,
anyway,
dear.
all right. So now that that's done, let's go to
Pick of the week! All right.
Alrighty.
We did. All right. We had a good discussion on the last one. Let's see if we can replicate just a bit.
right.
The short end of it here is that Ryan is gutless. He's a coward. And that Batman Arkham Asylum with a 9.3 from IGN is pick of the week. Ryan, make your case.
My case is that we should have a portable pick of the week because Dissidia really deserves some attention for the
If
pick of
there
the week
were
this week.
multiple games on every platform every week, sure. Right now we have 3 games, so having 2 awards.
Which is why 2 out of the 3 of them seems like a phenomenal idea.
And so my Mana Alchemy Alcholic 2 pick of the week is Mana Alchemy 2 Gothic Gothic jeans.
Gothic jeans. You should really name games.
I should.
That should just
People
be
should spell them in English as well.
Let me mediate here, though, because I think we can say something about both of these games, is that they both kind of snuck up on people. I don't know. I mean,
no. Dissidia, you think?
No, well, I don't. Like, to me, I'm a Final Fantasy fan.
Yeah, not a lot of people really.
I don't think anyone really cared too much about Dissidia. And Arkham Asylum,
mixed impressions from a lot of people
I think
early
all of us
on.
had mixed impressions.
Yeah, and not to mention it was a common game.
This is the ghost of Amadeus.
That was
We can
when
say that, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
The
Yeah,
game's out
too
now.
late.
Yeah. As anybody knows, you go around, you collect multiple things of Batman. One of the things you collect is these stone engravings from Arkham, Amadeus Arkham. But the problem is that you're reading they're on the wall, and then you decipher them. So I'm assuming Batman's reading these. However, in the game, they have Amadeus read them to you, and it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. But this is the ghost of Amadeus Arkham. There's so much great stuff. Well, we'll get to that game later, I guess. We'll talk about that game.
Yeah.
So let's just say that.
All right, let's
Dissidia could be great, but I'll go with Arkham.
So if you only have a PSP, get Dissidia.
Yeah, Dissidia
If you
is so
have
good.
both, get Batman.
It is the true.
Or go buy a Slim and buy Batman.
It is the true baby, the big bouncing baby of fighting games and RPGs, which are two of my favorite genres.
Kind of
combine
like
those together.
Legend of Legaia on the PlayStation.
Yeah, that's just not. That was not a fight. It was an RPG with a fighting engine that was similar to like mashing buttons.
That game was great, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember playing that game long ago.
So good.
Also, I have a funny little story.
Let's do it. Lay it on.
Tell it.
This is good. This
Roper's
is good
not
time.
here to go.
Oh, I hate all games that aren't racing games.
You're chewing on a cigar.
So, all right. So here's what we were doing. It was Mike and I. Database Mike, as some people formerly know him as, but now he's Media Mike. Mike and I were at BJ's, which I still can't get over how dirty that name sounds.
A delicious
Anyway, it is.
chain.
It's like a pizza joint / brewery / restaurant.
Good beers.
Anyway, we were
Piranha
sitting there,
Paleo.
and we just went out to dinner because it had been a long day, and we were like, let's just grab some dinner tonight. So we went there, and I was like, hey, I still need to. This was when I was reviewing Dissidia.
Yeah.
Reviewing Dissidia. So I was like, hey, let's both bring our PSPs and we can work on the multiplayer while we're waiting for our food because I need to do that for the review.
That's nerdy. I love it. Go on.
Yeah, is it nerdy?
Yeah,
Is it nerdy to play PSP in a restaurant?
Yeah. Man, we've been working all day. We need a break. Let's go play some PSP.
Anyway, so we both whip out our PSPs and we're playing, and it was so awesome that the waiter, who was this nice guy, came over and he was like, some PSPs, nice, cool. And then he was like, hey, you hear about that game? It's like a Final Fantasy fighting game. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that to come out. And I was like, and I look over at Mike and I was like, should I tell him or should you tell him? And Mike was like, you go ahead. And I was like, this is what the game is. We're playing it right now. And he's like, what?
Did his hair? It sounds like a commercial. Did his hair stand out and like lightning bolts from behind?
So then he gave you free food,
No, he did not.
and you didn't tip him?
No. Oh, we tipped him, but I mean, he did not give us free food. He didn't actually seem that surprised that we worked for IGN. Also, he thought we were
know what IGN was?
IGN.net.
Oh, I've been to your GeoCities page. You guys are the bees.
GeoCities.com.
the beast disease.
No, we haven't broken that one out yet. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the trademark papers to come through.
Okay.
All right, so that leads us, of course, to trophy tips.
Do we have any trophy tips?
Yeah, everyone knows that Colin and I are trophy horse. We chase them. I'm still ahead of him, but I know he's gaining on me.
Yeah, I'm almost at level 10. I mean,
The problem is that when you get to 12, it is the slowest process I've ever seen. They need to rebalance the system because they said that it was gonna, as you leveled up, it'd be harder and harder to progress.
You know what I heard that they
Sam
said?
has 100 trophies on me, and he's still in level 12 as well.
That's unbelievable.
You know what I heard they said?
What's that?
Trophies are pretty awesome. That's
Did
what
they
I
say
heard.
that?
Yeah, they did. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, anyways,
Back to
yes.
Arkham Asylum.
Batman. Anyways, Colin and I have been playing a lot of Batman.
Yeah, we have.
I think it's a platinumable game.
I do too.
I think the hardest one for me personally is going to be get the 40 hit combo.
Yeah,
I get very button happy, and I'll suddenly be punching nothing, and that's when your combo dies.
Right. I haven't beaten the game yet. I have 3 more story trophies, it seems, so I'm pretty close.
Okay.
But I don't think I've even done a combo greater than like 11 or 12 hits or something like that. So I don't even understand how I can possibly.
When you get to some of the extreme challenge rooms, or even just challenges down the line, you get a lot more people there to fight. And I think that's when it's easy. That's when you can just kind of mash your way through to get to the 20.
Cool.
But the 41 actually takes skill, and that's gonna take some time. But yeah, they're rewarding too. Lots of silvers in there.
Yeah, and like you told me, you gave me the advice when I started playing before the game came out or whatever that play it on hard. It's really not that hard. You get 3 silvers, I think, for beating it. So.
The only thing you lose if you are starting that, if you're one of the people out there who hasn't started playing Batman, hard takes away the spider sense over the bad guy's head. So if you might want to
Wrong hero, dude.
It looks just like it though. But if you wanted to, do some challenge rooms first to get that timing down for how to reverse, that might be helpful.
Right.
But yeah,
I didn't even know what I was missing, but I didn't even know that.
There you go. Yeah. But have you been reversing already?
Yeah. Because it still gives you a prompt, and is that what you're talking about when like the triangle button appears and
Oh, yeah, but in the other game, or whatever, in the other difficulties, they get literally spider sense over their head.
Okay.
Like crazy lines about that telling you, hey, I need to reverse.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of story ones in there. The Riddler trophies are actually fun to get, so it's not hard to go through and get all 240 of them.
The riddles are cool, and I like how Riddler talks crap to you the entire time when you're getting them.
Yeah.
Also, collecting all of the the recordings and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff for I mean, I'm not a fan of comic books, but I'm really intrigued because there's all sorts of information in there about you. You get the character bios. It tells you when they first were created and who they are, and some recordings about why they're crazy or whatever.
Yeah, it's a giant Easter egg hunt there for Batman fans.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And it leads us into topic of the week. Topic of the week, ladies and gentlemen, is a little bit of everything here. It's Batman Arkham Asylum, of course, because it's Batman week. However, the big news on this front is that another superhero game came out on the PS3 this year called Infamous.
Mm-hmm.
I reviewed both of them. I said Batman was better by 1/10 of a point. This has caused unrest, not really anywhere. But we're still going to talk about it because people care about it, and it's an interesting conversation. I know Colin doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, I think Infamous is a better game.
So now we're going to have a little debate here. Yeah. Ryan, you have...
A debate that I can barely take part in.
Exactly. Well, that's why you're going to moderate.
Okay, I will moderate.
You're not a huge Infamous fan. You are playing through it. But you didn't go gaga like me and Colin did for it. And you haven't played Batman at all.
No, not yet.
I say...
Just for lack of time, not for lack of interest.
And remember, too, that during this debate, I love Infamous. And totally
just a whore for it.
Yeah, whatever,
Just
man.
on your knees for
If it was a girl or a guy, I'd marry it. I don't care. I'd move wherever I had to do it. And then, of course, I'd cheat on it with Batman, I guess.
Oh,
that sucks, I guess. I never thought of this through before I went
You can't have your cake and eat it, too.
Anyways, Ryan, you have the timer in front of you, too.
Yes.
I get a minute to say why Batman's awesome. Colin gets a minute to say why Infamous is awesome. Then we do the back and forth responding to each other.
Okay.
And we just go crazy to town.
Okay.
You ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, we begin with Greg Miller and a minute on Batman Arkham Asylum starting now.
All right, Batman is the greatest comic book video game of all time. And I know that then, Infamous isn't a comic book, but it is a superhero game. It's supposed to be like comics. So anyways, I'm sticking with it being better. Batman is better for the simple fact that it is an awesome story. It is awesome in gameplay. You're always engaged in it. It looks great. I mean, the fact that you're in Arkham the way you are, gliding around, it really made me feel like I was Batman. Like, and granted, that's something Infamous can't really aspire to since you didn't know Cole beforehand. However, I mean, I think Batman stands on his own as a great game. Oh, jeez, this is short. And then there's the 240 riddles on top of it to go through, which are a blast to go through. That was my favorite part of the game, actually. I think is after I had beaten the story and I got to just keep playing, just walking around all by myself, having Riddler in my ear talking to me, like you were saying. The little bits of story that progress, the fact that you get all these little tapes to listen to and all this other stuff. You get more about these characters. Mark Hamill is amazing in it. All the voice actors are amazing. The story's a lot of fun. There's challenge rooms on top of it. Exclusive Joker content for us PS3 fanboys. I think it is just
Your
the package.
time is up.
Now we will begin with Colin Moriarty's 1 minute on Infamous, starting 3 seconds. Now.
Okay. Now, it's hard for me to say that Infamous is much better than Batman Arkham Asylum because I think they're pretty much the two best games of the year so far, and maybe throw Shadow Complex in there for all three. But Infamous is a unique story. It's an original story. It's accessible for people that aren't into comic books. I like Batman. I think it's interesting. I like the movies and stuff. I don't know anything about the comics. I found it a little, it's accessible, but it's not as accessible as say Infamous is. I think the gameplay in Infamous is awesome. Open world. I think the combat's great. The upgrade system, the fact that you have to play through at least twice to see everything to get all the
30
trophies.
seconds.
Wow, this time does really go by fast, doesn't it? And overall, I think Infamous is something that can be milked. I think a sequel is imminent. I think it was just really unique. And again, I really like the upgrade system. I really like the combat. I like how you really had to choose one side or the other. You couldn't straddle the fence like you could in KOTOR or even in Mass Effect or something like that. So I would recommend both games, but I think Infamous, especially for it's a PlayStation 3 exclusive. You got to go with Infamous.
Very well, Mr. Moriarty. Mr. Miller, your response.
I think we just go now, right? Now we just talk normal.
All
right. I agree with everything you said about Infamous, but I think the fact that it's going to have a sequel. I bet the sequel will be way better than the first one, so that'll probably be better than Batman was, or at least on par with it. So that's right. Yeah, I'm confirming. I'll give Infamous 2 a 9.4, I guess. But I mean, no, I agree with it. I just think that I think there's less moments in Batman where I wasn't pulled out of the situation. Like, you figure in Infamous, as much fun as I loved going around and collecting everything, the blast shards got to be a chore. You know what I mean? Like, they were totally, where the hell is everything? This sucks. And even the dead drops weren't as, like, as engrossing. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't lost in the story of, I can't remember his name. I thought I had Michael. No, that's not
Cole.
right. No, the
Jacob? No.
The guy who does the dead drops.
Yeah.
Moya's husband, which isn't her husband.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
John.
Yeah, there you go.
I knew it was a J. See, I told you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
I see.
I don't know. I felt less. There was like when you get you get side quests in Infamous or whatever, and they eventually start repeating. Oh, the Reapers put a bunch of crap in my house. Get it down. Like, all right.
Yeah, I mean it's not. I understand a lot of people's complaints with the game. I think a lot of people say a lot of the enemies are the same or similar, and a lot the side quests kind of repeat themselves. Even a lot of the main quests are pretty similar, but I think that they've planted a seed and it's like starting to germinate. I think that this could be, like you said, I think the sequel, they'll see what worked, they'll see what didn't, they'll see what people liked and see what people didn't like. Yeah. And I think we're going to have even a more polished game. I think Arkham Asylum took me aback because it was so polished and it was so good. And actually Infamous did the same thing for me because I was excited about it and I was interested in it. But when I finally got my hands on it and got to play it, I thought it was, I was astounded by how great it was. Yeah. It is a dynamic game. I mean, I beat that game 4 times. I don't, and I wrote the guide for it. I mean, so that to me that says maybe that doesn't mean a lot to the listeners, but I've been writing guides for like 7 years for IGN, and usually when I'm finished with the guide, I want to throw the game out the window no matter how good it is because I play it. So but a game like Fallout 3 that I spent hundreds and hundreds of hours with, I still love it. And a game like Infamous that you had to find those blast shards, I had to make maps and take screenshots and write descriptions for 350 of them. So that says something to me that I still took the time to get the platinum and go about my business in that game. But I think if you have $120 lying around, just buy them both because.
Oh no, like I said, this isn't saying that one of them sucks. They're both, I think, amazing games. So I totally, you bring up an interesting point of what happens with Batman now. Does Rocksteady do a sequel?
I don't know. I mean, what's cool about Arkham Asylum is I don't want to spoil it, but the setting and the time in which it takes place, it's really cool. Yeah. There's a sense of urgency in everything you're doing in that game. I think that they do that really well. In Infamous, when you get to a certain mission, it's like day 16, day 19. You kind of spread out. You can feel like you can jump in and out of the world. With Arkham Asylum,
it's like a sprint.
You almost feel like you want to play it all in one sitting because it's actually
supposed to be what's happening for Batman. Exactly. It's the longest night of his life.
It's really cool. It's a great game. But
I hope they don't. I don't know how. I hope they don't make a sequel to it. I hope it's just a standalone thing, and then Rocksteady can say, "We nailed this. We're going to move on to whatever X project we want to do." Because you figure what makes Green Arkham Lantern work. Yeah, well, no. See, the problem is what makes this is the same argument people have about Superman games, and what makes Arkham Asylum work so well is that you're stranded on the island. You know what I mean? Like you can't I'd get the Batmobile and drive to Metropolis or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? Like if you then took it and put Batman out into Gotham City, now you have to worry about everything that you have to worry about in Infamous, like a giant world of a million side quests and stuff like that, and yada yada. Whereas right now you can at any point in Batman you could say, I don't feel like doing the mission right now. I'm going to run around and find riddlers and riddles and yada 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 yada. But you're still locked to that island. You know what I mean? It's it seems like a very small space, but there's a lot going on there.
I agree. I think that probably pre-release they were probably assuming that they were just going to do Arkham Asylum and they knew they had a solid game on their hands. But I think this game might sell really well, I think they're going to have to reconsider. I think they're going to have to reconsider because I didn't think the game was going to sell.
Yeah.
But after it's clear. Half my friends on my PlayStation list are playing it at any given time.
Yeah.
For instance, no one's playing Wolfenstein. So
Poor Wolfenstein.
So yeah, I think, and also I want to say because I did say it on the last podcast, is it better than Sunsoft Batman on the NES? And indeed,
totally,
it is.
It's the best. I still say best Batman.
Because that was the best. That was such a great. I know a lot of maybe a lot of listeners have never played it or whatever, but that is an awesome Batman game. But this is, obviously very different, but 10 times better. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, upgrades and gadgets, you were talking about that. I thought the upgrade system worked really, really well, and the reward system for all right, now here's a new gadget, here's a new gadget. It was fun trying to guess what they're going to be too, because I didn't know too much about his later weapons. So I think we've confirmed Batman is officially better and awesome.
Thank you very much for joining us on this evening's discussion of Batman vs. Infamous.
Thank you for your patience, Ryan.
Yeah, sure.
Topic of the week.
Dead. Complete.
That brings us to mail call. Mail call time.
Mail call.
Malnutrition. Sean.
getting mail in their slot. Oh,
Now,
mail in the slot.
Do you want to start with my special call-out questions, or do you want to start with?
Oh yeah, you got some stuff. You nailed. Let's do it.
I have 3 good questions coming from reader and friend Richard, who readers might recognize his work, which was featured in the Kingdom Hearts IGN concept piece, where I talked about like what we would want from Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Richard did some incredibly phenomenal art for the nobodies, which are these creatures that are in Kingdom Hearts 2. And so people will probably remember that stuff. Anyway, Richard writes in with some questions. First question, which I thought was very interesting. Tying in with the soon-to-be-released MMO Champions Online, what comic book franchise, Western, manga, or otherwise, not a superhero franchise, would you guys like to see made into an MMO? Which I find very interesting.
But somehow, okay, I see what you're saying. Easy, Walking Dead.
That's awesome.
That'd be amazing, right? I mean, is that what he pitched? What? Oh, yeah, he did pitch that.
Walking Dead, there it is.
Walking Dead would be amazing. You figure...
You think so? Like a zombie MMO, you think that would work?
Yeah, don't you? I mean, the whole you've read Walking Dead, and
yes.
I mean, the whole idea behind it was a zombie movie that never ends, that just constantly goes. So that's perfect for an MMO. Yeah, you figure people who quit or close off their accounts and then become zombies. Like whatever character they created gets clicked over.
What do you think, Colin?
I don't know.
What sort of comic book franchise would you want to see?
I don't know. Honestly, what came to mind instantly, even though I guess it's not a comic book franchise or anything like that, would be I'm so into post-apocalyptic stuff that
Yes.
I think something like Akira being turned into an MMO where you play Neo Tokyo would be really cool.
That would be totally awesome, actually.
Not that that's necessarily like traditional post-apocalyptic stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of into like the weird late '80s, early '90s anime.
I would.
So.
You should actually look into this, but and I will propose it right now. Trigun is a famous manga and anime that is sort of set in a desert style post-apocalyptic world. It's like a really gritty western. I think that would make an awesome, fantastic setting for an MMO because it mixes a little bit of science fiction with fantasy, and it's really awesome. So
cool.
That's what I would recommend. Second question: what games would you like to see? Oh wait, hold on a second. I read it wrong. Oh no! We're gonna skip that one. Okay. Richard is a huge art geek, if you couldn't already tell, because he gave us awesome art. If we could swap the art style of any game with the art style for another, even if it made a completely different game, what would we do if we were to make this crazy hybrid?
I don't know. Go. What do you got? You thought this one through at all?
I would want to see Valkyria Chronicles, that art style, applied to other games because I thought it was awesome.
Which game?
Was sort of,
you got to pick one. That's what he's asking.
Yeah.
He's asking for specifics here. He wants
one,
specific things. Ooh. I would love to see what was the latest Mega Man?
9?
The Mega Man 9 style put onto Uncharted. Just for a downloadable
like
Uncharted, couple levels, an
pixelated
8-bit Uncharted swinging across vines and crap.
That would be awesome. That would just be Pitfall.
Yeah, I know. Well, it would look better and be played better. And I'd have Nathan and Elena.
Yeah,
a bunch of
and they'd still
pirates.
have the same like voice acting and everything and phenomenal story.
Couldn't you just see like an 8-bit Nate with like the white shirt and the blue jeans and the black hair?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. What about you, buddy?
I don't know. I really love the art style in Wild Arms, so I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the old sprite RPGs come back on an RPG like Final Fantasy 13, for instance.
There you go. Honestly, I would really like to see a modern. Greg, I'm
trying not to sneeze, and I'm yawning while I try not to sneeze.
I would really like to see a modern RPG developer like Square Enix or like Tricrescendo. I think they did. Tricrescendo did Eternal Sonata. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Not really sure. Anyway,
that does sound right.
I'd love to see them do go back, make a super high resolution sprite based game, kind of like what Vanillaware does with Odin Sphere and Muramasa, and then Grim Grimoire. You know, like 2D but super high res, like HD sprites.
Yeah.
Like, how awesome would that be?
I love that style.
Yeah,
I love that style.
it's phenomenal, and I bet that would get massive attention from RPG fans.
For sure.
So, thank you, Richard, for the questions. So we're going to be back with Richard in a bit.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
just say
I like that tease, everybody, huh?
All right, let's go.
Everybody knows Podcast Beyond. You can email us at beyond@ign.com. That's how you get new questions. We usually do the message board posts as well. However, a lot of kids go, hey, you only read the message board. So this week, no message board posts.
Wow.
We're only doing emails and Facebooks. Here comes a Facebook one from Stephen Fontana. Question for Beyond. Do you think DC and Marvel will take a cue from Batman Arkham Asylum and make more original story content, or do you think we will see a steady influx of crappy licensed games based on movies?
We'll see both.
Yeah,
probably.
I think so.
I think
we're always going to see those crappy license games.
You figure, and the problem is that it's going to be a while to turn around too, because you figure an original tale takes forever. You know what I mean? And then a license they just pump out to get out. Right. So yeah, I don't know.
Surely,
there's a new Iron Man coming out.
I mean, Arkham Asylum's not a diamond in the rough by any stretch of the imagination, but for every Arkham Asylum, you have a Terminator Salvation or something like that. It's always going to be like that,
You hope, though, this gets them in gear. I know that, they resisted the urge to pump out a Dark Knight thing, which, shows that they're getting it. They understand a little bit more how they have to treat these characters.
Agreed.
Our next email comes from Special K093. Beyond! Hi, I am Special K093. I saw that the new PS3 has no Ethernet cable. If I have Wi-Fi, do I need an Ethernet cable? Also, what does an Ethernet cable do?
I love this email. This is like my favorite email.
If you have Wi-Fi, no, you do not need an Ethernet cable.
There's an Ethernet on the Slim. There is an Ethernet port, but it does not come with a cable. It assumes you're going to use wireless, but you have the option, if you have a cable, to plug it in.
There you go.
And there's the answer to your
Plug
question.
it into your wall.
And an Ethernet cable connects you to the internet.
But to be more specific, it connects to a router or a modem, which then connects you through cable to the Ethernet, or to the internet.
Well, that's just too technical for me.
Well, I'm sorry. The 3 cables that you need.
All right.
Go ahead, buddy.
This one comes from Ficken. In some episode near 75, Greg Miller was talking about 100 and how 104 was so much better because it would be 2 years of Beyond. He exclaimed that on this podcast, Ryan was to receive 104 birthday spankings if he remembered. This is you remembering.
Do you remember this?
No, but it sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah, it does sound like
vaguely homoerotic.
Yeah. All right.
I'm bending over. Drop them drawers.
Oh no.
All right, we don't have time to do all 104 now, but we'll do one right now.
Yeah. Oh, God, my ass.
Oh, my God. This comes from John QT. He's from the Bay Area. Hey, guys. Beyond.
Do
you think it would be smart for Sony to bundle third-party exclusives that they lost to Microsoft, such as Tekken 6 and Final Fantasy 13 with the PS3? Do they even need to?
Bundles are always good.
Yeah.
No. I don't. No. Don't complicate the market.
Okay.
Don't do it. Well, this is an opinion. This is by Greg Miller's opinion.
Yeah.
What? Talk.
No, nothing.
Speak your mind. I know. I stopped. I held up on him to say. I would have hit the table there if it wouldn't.
If it wouldn't have ruined the show again. No, it's fine.
Why do you think they're always good?
No, they're not always good because
that's what you said, though.
What I like
the
is when they take really good games like Final Fantasy 13,
Tekken 6,
or Tekken 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't think they have. I don't think. Well, I guess Final Fantasy does probably, but I don't think Tekken has a big enough broad base to make that appeal to people. You know what I mean?
But if they package, something huge third party with the system, I mean that's good. It gets more people to buy it.
Yeah,
so
I guess it would make waves of stuff and show that in the fight or whatever. But I mean, like, how well has the Killzone 2 Metal Gear pack? How has that been selling? I don't know anybody who bought that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'm just also not good with numbers, so.
Yeah, maybe people are waiting for the price drop too.
Yeah.
And plus,
probably.
but like right now, it's simple. You know what I mean? There's one PS3. I like that idea, and it's got 120 gigs. That's pretty good.
One for now.
That was nice.
Yeah, right. There's trademarks and copyrights and everything else. But for right now,
we can live simple.
Ooh, I like that, dude. Is that trademarked anywhere?
I don't know. Let's
live
write it
simple.
Let's write it down.
Yeah, write that down, man.
Oh yeah, good one.
You just made $1 million.
No doubt.
Live simple.
Again.
That'll be the PS4's
PS4. Live simple.
All right, this one comes from Vinny. Hey guys, currently
Vinny.
Hey guys, currently I have a PSP 3000, and I like the new design features of the PSP Go, and was wondering what you guys think of trading my 3000 in towards the Go, or should I just hang on to my current PSP 3000? I also am a big fan, blah, blah, blah. Keep on beyonding.
I'll take this one.
All right, do it.
I think that this is sort of an issue that I'm having as well, because I'm definitely going to keep my PSP 3000, and I urge other people to as well, because I'm always worried that there's going to be that one game that that'll never come to the digital download that you wouldn't be able to play again, and you wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to. If you already own a 3000, I say keep the 3000. Just pack it up, put it somewhere, just to be safe.
Bury it in a time capsule.
Bury it in a time capsule. But if you're really all about the PSP, you feel like there's a lot of games that are still coming out that you're interested in, and you want to invest in the Go. The Go is pretty cool. I mean, it definitely makes portable gaming really great by not having to swap out UMDs all the time, especially on like a plane ride or something when it's hard to go
dig
through
around
your bag.
You lose a memory stick that has 50 hours padded upon on it, and you freak
next
out.
to you is like, "Don't mess with my elbows," and I don't know. That never actually happened to me, but I kind of thought
I did lose a memory stick on the plane once.
Oh, that's right. I
Remember
that.
freaked
Oh, you were
out.
flipping out.
Oh my god.
Did you send an email about that, or was it a blog?
Yeah,
It was a blog, but I
post.
was writing it as it happened, so I just
Right.
copied and pasted it in.
Here's my general rule of thumb with hardware.
Yeah.
I think I'd never sell hardware. I don't. I understand a lot of. I don't. Not that we have a lot of money. We obviously don't. But I understand. I was 14 once, and or 16,
you
or
have no money.
you don't have money. But you're gonna almost definitely regret selling that piece of hardware. Like
I never did.
Like I saw my NES, my SNES, my N64. My PlayStation, my PlayStation 2, all that. All that stuff. You just keep it, and then and you move on. You buy games for it later, whatever. You put it away. I think you're gonna regret getting rid of it.
I sold my Sega Master System. I do regret that.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
But everything. What? I want to play Ghostbusters and Ghost House again. I still have the games too in an attic in Illinois.
Everything you like has ghosts in it.
Yeah.
Like
What is-
Amadeus
maybe I am a
Arkham.
ghost.
It's the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. You have to do a Game Scoop TV where you're like in the bathroom or something.
I find it.
Open up the door. This is the ghost.
That's funny.
My big thing about keeping I say keep it as well, and my thing is because Sony has not offered a solution on what they're doing with UMDs,
Yeah,
which is
true
very,
enough.
very terrifying to the success of or failure of the Go. For me
Especially if you have a collection of games. I mean, what are you going to do with them?
Yeah,
you could sell those
exactly.
too, I guess, but selling, whatever. Do you want?
I'm a pack rat also. I like collecting things.
I mean, I have no problem selling. I mean, I won't sell any of my retro games, but I have no problem if I get a PlayStation 3 game that I don't really want, play it a little bit and sell it. I have no problem doing that, but I'll never sell the PlayStation 3. Yeah, just hold on to your hardware. All right. IMO.
Hold on to your hardware. That's
Hey.
another great.
Let me write it down.
I'll write that one down.
Hey, Colin.
Yeah.
West407935 has a question for you.
What up?
If Infamous 2 comes out and features a brand new character instead of Cole, if this character had totally different powers than Cole, what do you guys think it would be, and what incident would cause him to have these powers?
I don't think it's going to go down that road.
They will not do that.
No, I don't think
Cole's
so.
he's like a Nathan Drake now.
It's an interesting,
He's a face.
it's an
You gotta
interesting
have faces for
question,
the company.
but he's first of all, he's an amazing character. I really like Cole.
Yeah, I do too.
And they're not going to abandon him. It'll probably take place maybe in some other city or something like that. He'll have similar. Maybe he'll adapt and he'll get powers that are fire based or something. I don't know, but it's going to be him. And
I think if they were going to add new characters, it would just be obviously new villains. And I think that the race fear would probably be still at the heart of the thing.
Right.
Maybe even Cole's, what Cole does at the end of the game, depending on what you do, maybe that also creates a villain. Which is I don't know. Can we talk about? Ryan hasn't beaten it, so I won't.
Yeah, we won't. Let's just say that.
I say that when you. Oh, how can I dance around all of this? When Cole does what he does, when the race fear comes down to it, I think that's creating the villain for the next game.
Yeah.
And I think when you watch their, at the end, when you watch that video, if you compare the two people that I'm thinking of here, then I think you see that I'm right, and that's the next villain.
Yeah, I think so too. I think what could possibly happen is kind of a Mass Effect style reading your old save, and maybe even depending on how you finish the game last or something, going from there. I think that would be really cool. So maybe if you have two saves, or maybe for instance, if it reads that you've somehow beaten the game with both angles, and you'll have two angles to start the game from.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Which will be really cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
They better do that now. That was a good idea. Yet another one. We'll write it down.
Let me write it down.
This one comes from Ryan Blackman, quote, lazy student, end quote. Hey guys, big fan of the show. Transatlantic Beyond to you from the UK.
Yeah, oh, nice.
What do you guys think about a company using the engine from Eye of Judgment for more CCG style card game, or more CCG style games, which already established brands? Surely there would be some demand, especially in the anime-based markets. What do you guys think? You need to start. I'll tell you what I think, Ryan Blackman. You need to learn commas and periods and start putting them in this email. Jeez, I really got to write this email. Hold on, Mom. This is a constant stream of what you're thinking.
I think this is a Ryan. Well, this is a Ryan
Yeah,
question.
I reviewed Eye of Judgment way back. I think it's okay. I could definitely see them doing it for Magic, another official Magic game, because there have been Magic games in the past, and there have been Yu-Gi-Oh games in the past too. I know that there's a huge but sort of underground following for card-based games, and I think it would sell, but I don't know if it would sell a lot, and I don't know if it would be worth the investment and development costs. So I'm not really sure.
It's a niche title.
It is definitely a niche title, and I'm sure someone will do it eventually. I mean, any game will always be done in good time.
It will happen.
Yes.
Bad news, Ryan.
Who?
Brian Paul Bedard has a problem. He's angry. He's fired up here.
Is he fired up over me?
No.
All right.
But I'm just,
Yeah.
I want to make it more personal
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Obviously, I was wicked excited for the PS3 Slim, but the lack of backward compatibility was such a huge blemish on an otherwise great announcement. It's amazing that Sony seemingly doesn't realize, or just doesn't care, that backwards compatibility was a huge reason the PS2 took off right away, despite the launch library. I still don't own a PS3, and after hearing the details, I might not buy one. Thanks for letting me vent beyond!
Well, here's the answer to that, Beyond, is I can almost guarantee you that they're eventually going to have a firmware update that has backwards compatibility for everything.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt.
What are we betting? Is this another gentleman's wager?
Gentleman's bet.
You don't think it's gonna happen then?
No, I'm saying it won't happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Either.
Yeah. So 104, somebody mark this down. Me and Ryan are betting.
At least not anytime soon, because PS2 is still selling.
I'm saying never.
You know, because the PS2 is still selling.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
when those sales drop off, that's what I'm thinking.
I think that might catalyze the
because
update.
there's already been rumors circulated about how they're like, this is probably we're probably going to need to have a firmware update. That
there was also a
includes
rumor
this.
that the PSP2 was going to have a touchscreen and it was coming
There's
out
also
at
a rumor. There's also a rumor that there was a PS3 Slim and a price drop. And obviously, those happen.
Two rumors come true, and now you believe every rumor you hear.
Yep.
Rumor is Colin's going to take your job. You're going to take his.
Something in my nose and it's
I
bothering
hate that.
me.
Yeah, it's no good. So yeah, I had actually put it to John Kohler after the Germany Gamescom press conference. He said, yeah, there are no plans to put backwards compatibility. Man, I'm tired.
Jesus.
That's just
Back
what they have
into
to
the
say.
show.
That's just what they have to say.
He says that the PS3's got a strong library, and also the kid over there said that this is a reason the PS2 took off. Well, PS3 is out now and it never took off, so they're not really worried about it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like I understand. I got a PS2 the day it came out. And I played a lot of it, and I'm really kind of done with it right now. I'm not really too concerned about the backwards compatibility.
I think it's just for these people who have libraries that they worry about.
It would be nice.
You don't trade your hardware. You know what you're doing.
But frankly, PS2 games don't have trophies, so I don't even understand why you're bothering. Okay. Next.
This is a long one from Travis Kent. Subject line: Crazy dream last night. Okay, guys, I just woke up and I'm writing this fast so I don't forget what happened. I had a dream that you were all in. Well, not Ryan, sorry. Anyways, I was in LA and you guys were showing me around because I have never been there before, save on layovers in LAX. It was madness. There were cars flying through intersections and cops killing people. Man, was I glad to have you guys shielding me from the West Coast daily life. And sorry, Ryan, I have a legit excuse why you were absent. Roper said you were at some, manga expo or something. So it's not like I didn't want to meet you, LOL. So that was pretty much it. Oh, and I'm writing this almost 11 a.m. Eastern time, so it's 3 a.m. over there? What? And what? God,
this guy does time vortex.
And it's Thursday, so this should make it on the podcast. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Beyond. Yeah, Travis. That's
that wasn't
an interesting dream.
at all,
yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
That was just more of a comment.
Yeah.
Thank you for that comment.
Sounds good. But that was a good one. And thanks for dreaming about us. We dream about you guys too. Remember, if you have questions, you can hit up the boards here at IGN.com or just email us at beyond@IGN.com.
Beyond.
Also, you can Facebook friend us and then question us there.
Yeah.
Which that's been working today too as well.
By the way, you guys have been hilarious on Facebook. I'm not ever going to catch up to anyone, but I have 900 friends now. I think I get so many beyond fans.
I'll tell you what makes me cranky about Facebook.
All right.
And not cranky, because obviously, thank you guys for listening. I consider you all friends. You get to hear me at my most purest, whereas everybody else just reads stuff and I'm just tired. But the problem is that you all say you're my biggest fan. I love you, Greg, blah, blah, blah. And then you add me to Facebook, full well knowing, because you listen to these shows, that I say I only use Facebook on my phone. I can't add people to lists, so I let it all stack up and then one day go through and approve everybody. You still try to add me, and then a day later I get, why did you accept my friend request yet? I use it on the phone, dude. I can't just be accepting people on the phone. It doesn't work that way.
They need to chill.
Chill out. You will be accepted. I accept all Facebook friend requests.
Yes, we all are on Facebook. We all accept reader requests, and I actually go out of my way to, again, respond to messages when I can. I'm sorry for people if they write in and I can't. Just try again at some point in the future.
But it's very tough.
But I actually do check every night, and I try and respond to all my messages, even if I have 10 or 20 stacked up. So.
And I do appreciate. I've gotten a few messages, and I do appreciate the comments on the status updates. Sometimes we talk politics. Sometimes we talk PlayStation 3. It's great. So I appreciate that.
Keep on Facebook.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Ryan, hit me up with some more Podcast Beyond Goodness. What's up
let's
next?
see.
Sir?
Well, what we got next now, no editor beatdown scheduled right now, except are you still playing Fat Princess?
Dude, I'm drowning in work. I haven't played anything for fun in some time.
All right, let's not worry about that right now. What we should go on to is the PSN hit, which is why I'm bringing back Richard.
Oh, no, Richard. The world's getting rocked.
Richard asked me weeks ago, and I accidentally deleted his email along with a bunch of other messages. Whoopsies.
Whoopsie.
Richard, the artist artist and amazing dude in general. His PSN ID is Parmai. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It is Parmai. You can hit him up for some. He's from the UK, so he has an awesome accent. He's also a phenomenal artist.
Pop, pop.
And also, I would like to say,
PSN it confirmed.
so that is that. This is that.
You got some,
crossing out
you
more
got-
stuff.
Wait, question.
Yeah.
Do the readers know your guys' PSN IDs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know they know mine. It's Game Over Greggy, all one word.
But I don't usually friend people unless I know them really
And
well.
my list is full. So
Yeah, I think my list is full, but Moriarty-IGN,
Yeah.
if you guys want to.
Moriarty -
M-O-R-I-A-R.
You're like
You have
so-
a very hard last name to spell.
Yeah, it's
As
a
somebody
little
like
obnoxious.
on the phone, I
Think
can't
so?
do it. Yeah, because I gotta wait for it to auto find you because I can't. I
Yeah,
screwed up a lot.
there.
The thing is, a lot of people add an extra I
That's
at
all
the
you
end.
do.
I'm dumb though, so
all you
that's
do.
a problem.
That's
I know. I'm also dumb. I have to actually write it out in order to spell it. So next up, let's take a look at the tournament winners of last week, which weren't properly recognized because I was in Germany.
Tournaments.
Beast 786 returns with an update. This week, I should say last week, the Community Challenge winners in a game of MotorStorm Pacific Rift was Bahamut Fury 08. Congratulations, Bahamut Fury. I'm sorry I couldn't congratulate you in a timely manner, but I was off covering an international show and getting no sleep.
Oh, dear.
Cross out that. Thank you, Beast786. If you want to take part in the community challenges, which are when IGN readers participate in multiplayer games online, just go to the boards and look for Beast786.
He posts all over there on
He
the
posts
PlayStation
all
boards.
over the
You'll
place.
find him.
I'm spitting on my paper now. I'm
Oh,
so
Jesus.
excited.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry. Greg, would you want to do the housekeeping?
Yeah, that
notes
brings
here?
us to the end of the show. Let's talk about what we do from here, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to go and do a song. Remember that we now accept songs from listeners. If you want to put a song in, or if you just want to ask us questions, beyond@ign.com. Follow us on Twitter. It's IGN.com on Twitter. No dot. IGN.com.
just
You'll find out
IGN.com.
about delicious meet and greets that I hold at Portillo's in LA. It was great. It was awesome. Thanks everybody for gaming. Gaming?
Yeah.
For coming.
Coming.
God, I'm tired.
No, it's okay, buddy.
Okay.
This was a great show.
This is a really good show. We should not have Roper on more often. I think that's the key to our success. The hot chocolate throws us off.
I spelled it. Oh, no. Oh, now he's Fran, I guess.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that was
more Fran.
interesting. But he does the Fran impression so much
Yes,
that
yes.
okay. So I think I got it right. Hold on, we actually have him up somewhere, don't we?
Also,
Twitter.
rate us on iTunes.
Rate us on iTunes.
If you haven't already, go on iTunes. We are available on iTunes. We want to be rated 5 stars or whatever, thumbs or pizzas, so that we can surpass even people like when is it? Oh God. What's the national? Oh, NPR. There it is. National Public Radio.
All right, good.
We want to even get by them in popularity.
Damn right.
Because they're super popular with their
jerks.
boring politics.
Anybody, do you have anything to pitch, Ryan?
Yeah, I do have one quick final shout out, if that's okay
No,
with you.
I was thinking content on IGN.
Content.
Is something
Let's
coming
see.
up people should be looking
pitching.
for? Don't
Yeah,
you have a
I mean,
review of some kind?
There will be. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that though.
Oh, okay. Let's
Anyway,
do it.
keep your eyes
Look
on
for
the
a
PSP
review.
channel.
Okay.
In the next couple days, probably tomorrow, because I'm going to have a review up that I think will excite some gamers.
Also, on guides, Wolfenstein's up. I'm going to be updating that every day. Sammy Clay's working hard on
Sammy
Arkham Asylum.
Clay. What a
and
great
Yeah.
nickname.
all riddles covered. So if you guys are having trouble with that, go to IGN Guides.
Colin, what am I holding in my hand?
Insomniac, name tag.
Oh, I probably went to Insomniac. If you wanted to hear all about that, I would check out ps3.ign.com tomorrow,
That
Friday,
was a really great little
9
transfer
a.m.
there.
Pacific Standard Time.
Very nice.
Which, if you're that one kid, is 24
Was
hours ahead
3 weeks
from
ago.
behind.
I think I'm 400 hours into the future.
Ryan,
So,
song.
Hi.
What's
no,
happening?
not yet.
No?
We got one shout
Oh,
out
yeah, you got a
first
shout
for
out.
the song.
Okay, sorry.
So this is a special shout out all the way in Germany when I was halfway around the world, probably more than halfway around the world. We had a little booth on the show floor. It was basically like a little fish bowl where we could work on the show floor with all the activity going around. There would be all these cool German kids taking pictures of us and waving plastic swords at our booth. And
Did they
it was
say
pretty
"Ja, cool"?
great. And they didn't say "Ja, cool" so much. So we'd be typing away. And at one point, this little kid and his dad walk up to the booth and are kind of waving in, and I wave to them, and I think Fran motions that they can open up our sliding glass door. They open it up. This little kid sticks his head in, and he's like, "Beyond?" And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome, Beyond." And I go over and talk to this kid. This kid was Joshua. I don't want to embarrass him, but I will say that he was a super cute kid because he was the most excited person ever to say Beyond. He knew everyone in the room, and I mean, this is not like a 13, 14 year old kid.
What age bracket are we talking?
God, I should have asked him.
Just give me a
asked how
ballpark.
old.
5, I mean, or
No,
7?
no, a little older
Okay.
than that, but probably not more than 12. I would say he was not a teenager yet.
So was
He
his dad
a
the game?
preteen.
Was his dad gaming with him or something? Is that-
The dad took him to the show. The dad wasn't like a hardcore gamer or
Right.
anything. Super nice dad. I mean, this guy was like smiling. He was happy to take his son around to a show, and these shows are kind of crazy,
Yeah,
right?
you don't wanna- you don't- we don't wanna go there, let
a
alone
normal
drag a-
parent would not want to take his kid to the show, but this father did. Josh was an awesome listener. He said hello to everyone by name. Like, he was just standing in the door, and he's like, "Hi, friend. Hi, Jess." It was awesome. So I wanted to give this kid a special shout out. This is the kind of Beyond fan I love to see, someone who's really devoted to the podcast. Hopefully I didn't embarrass him too much by giving him the shout out and calling him cute. You know.
We're doing special international shout-outs. Obviously, we had the meet and greet. A lot of people came. Thank you so
yeah.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
They were all American, though. A mom did drive her son and his 2 friends an hour to come to this thing.
Nice.
And then stayed for like 15 minutes. And then but they had something to do. But still, they came. That's all that
man.
matters. However, in the airport, I was buying some gum. I don't chew gum normally, but after a long flight, I feel like I need to because then I have like dragon breath when I talk to people. Buying some gum, walk out of the gift shop, and Marco comes up to me and says, "Hi, Greg." I don't do I don't do accents. Turns out Marco is from Switzerland.
Nice.
Is in LAX, just passing through. Like he was going from Switzerland to Hawaii, so they had to stop there or whatever. And while walking through the concourse with his mom and dad, saw Greg Miller and told them to stop, and he had to come say hello.
That's amazing.
That is
So
huge.
incredible.
That is huge.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Marco.
That's awesome.
Thank you, all you, for listening.
Yes. Thank you for the fans. And now it's song time. First of all, do we have any? So here's my question. I've gotten a lot in one of my frantic writings during Gamescom for a Kingdom Hearts piece that I was writing for Casamassina because it was the 358 days over 2.
Right.
That's how you actually say that
Really?
game. Yeah, that's actually how you say it, even though it looks nothing like that. That is the official way to say that game title.
Interesting.
Try that
Interesting.
one. Try and remember that. Anyway, when I was writing this, I was super exhausted, and of course, I always just go crazy with the subtitles for my articles. For this one, I just wrote "Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight," which is a lyric from the opening to the original game and like a famous song in general. To which I got awesome praise from this, and everybody was like praising me, like, "Oh, this kid really knows Kingdom Hearts.
He knows
This is
everything.
great. This is awesome. He loves Utada, who is a very attractive Japanese singer." Anyway, so then they all said, I got a bunch of requests on Facebook that said, "Ryan, you should sing this song at some point on Beyond," which I will. But what I would like to ask is, would readers like to hear me sing Simple and Clean in English, or would they like to make me attempt to sing
I
it in
want it
Japanese?
Japanese, yeah, I
which
want
I
Japanese.
could, which I can attempt. Anyway, message me on Facebook or message us at beyond@ign.com.
Yeah, why don't you go to ps3.ign.com, click on this podcast, and then leave it in the comments there.
Yes, or you could just leave it in the comments. I'm sorry, I was getting to that.
No, you weren't. You forgot all
Yeah,
about
you're right. I forgot about it. Anyway, but for today's song, a few weeks ago, I requested that readers write in with, or send their covers of California Dreamin', because that song was stuck in my head like nobody's business.
The Mamas and the Papas, is that?
And the Mamas and the Papas. Because I was dreaming about California when I was in Germany.
Oh, I believe it.
And one reader by the name of Jared, I hope I was remembering his name right, sent in this cover, and by God, is it good. So I think right now, let's dream about California.
Let's do it.
Gentlemen, Beyond.
Beyond.
On such a winter's day, I stopped into a church. I passed along the way. Oh, I got down on my knees and I pretended to pray. You know the preacher likes the cold. He knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming. All the leaves are brown. And the sky is gray. I've been for a walk. On a winter's day. If I didn't tell her, I could leave today. California dreaming on such a winter's day. dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming, California dreaming, California dreaming on such a winter's day.